Witness video shows a car with its front bumper hanging on.
I'm getting back to myself and walking Archie.
So I'm shocked. I will tell you she's accepting full accountability
for an alleged hit-and-run DUI accident in Newport Beach.
KCAL News reporter Leslie Marin spoke to one woman who's...
Some of them have involved alcohol, some of them haven't.
I know that.
And we were just really worried for the person. And then once we saw the car driving away, obviously we knew the person's alive.
I don't want to start to cry, but yesterday was a really, really hard day for me, and
Yes.
I couldn't stop crying.
Sorry.
God has a plan.
God has a plan. Let me just...
Officially charged with hit and run. After her arrest in September, Shannon Beador was charged with DUI and hit and run 1 month later. The Orange County District Attorney charged Beador, 59, on Friday, October 27, with 1 count of driving under the influence of alcohol and 1 count of driving under the influence with a blood alcohol content greater than 0.08%, according to records acquired by Us Weekly. The star of Real Housewives of Orange County had a blood alcohol content of more than 0.2%, according to the documents. Beador was initially accused of committing a third hit-and-run with property damage crime.
I'm getting back to myself and walking Archie.
What's more shocking to people living here is that car then took off.
So I'm shocked. I will tell you she's accepting full accountability.
There is a misdemeanor classification for all 3 charges. Beador was reportedly found guilty of 2 misdemeanors in September after driving an erratic manner through a Newport Beach, California neighborhood. When Beador was trying to park her car, she drove onto a residential property and clipped a house, according to TMZ at the time. When the police arrived, she allegedly got out of the car with her dog, Archie, to give the impression that she was out on a walk. Beador's lawyer issued a statement once word of her detention spread. Yesterday, I had a lengthy conversation with Shannon. She is deeply regretful and apologizes.
She probably has been leaning on alcohol, but I don't believe she's an alcoholic.
Right now, I'm focusing on getting healthy and getting back to myself.
For an alleged hit-and-run DUI accident in Newport Beach.
KCAL News reporter Leslie Marin spoke to one woman who's...
Shannon is willing to take full responsibility for her conduct, and we will be awaiting the formal information on this issue as it becomes available, Michael Fell said at the time. Similar remarks were made by Beador's friend Jeff Lewis, who asserted that the reality star will seek assistance. Shannon isn't an alcoholic, in our opinion. Lewis, 53, stated in September on his Sirius XM show, Jeff Lewis Live, "As her close friend, I think she's going through a lot of personal struggles right now, and I think that she probably has been leaning on alcohol, but I don't believe she's an alcoholic. I'm glad to hear that she will be starting counseling this week."
You read, I think it's everywhere right now. Unfortunately, she got into a bit of trouble on Saturday night.
Some of them have involved alcohol, some of them haven't.
I know that. Tonight, for all the wrong reasons, Shannon Beador was arrested over the weekend.
So that makes me happy. Beador finally spoke to her supporters about a month after her arrest, promising to provide more authentic details about what happened as soon as she was allowed. In an October video shared to her Instagram story, she remarked, "I know it's been a while since I posted, and there's been a lot of talk about what happened recently. However, I'm not in a position to remark at this time. When the time comes, though, I want to be transparent, truthful, and real." In the video, Beador said, "Right now I'm focusing on getting healthy, getting back to myself, and walking Archie." She also showed followers a glimpse of her dog while out for a walk with him. Shannon Beador avoids jail time. Shannon Beador reached a plea agreement with prosecutors in her DUI case from September, which will result in no jail time. The Real Housewives of Orange County star entered a plea of not guilty to 2 of the accusations brought against her in this case, according to court records that the Blast was able to obtain. As we previously reported, Beador was taken into custody after she drove recklessly onto a residential area and struck a house while attempting to park her car.
And we were just really worried for the person. And then once we saw the car driving away, obviously we knew the person's alive.
But unfortunately, right now, I'm not in the position to comment. But there will be a time when I can.
I am happy to say that she's going to be entering counseling this week.
Beador was first charged on 3 counts, 1 for hit and run, 1 for driving while intoxicated, and 1 for operating a vehicle with a blood alcohol content of at least 0.08%. The hit-and-run allegation was dropped as part of the plea agreement but she admitted guilt to operating a vehicle while intoxicated and having a blood alcohol content of at least 0.08%. The RHOC star was given a 3-year probationary sentence as a result. In addition,
Be part of a partnership, because I really wasn't in my marriage. Use the word blindside, because as you watch the season, you'll see.
she was mandated to complete 40 hours of community service, pay $390 in fines, and spend 9 months in the first offender alcohol program. Given that Beador was charged with a misdemeanor and that she could have spent up to a year in jail for her acts, it is safe to say that she got off lightly. I am grateful that no one else was injured besides me in this incident.
Say
I don't have a freaking drinking
you
problem.
don't have a drinking
and John,
problem.
you know,
I don't want to start to cry, but yesterday was a really, really hard day for me, and
Yes.
I couldn't stop crying.
Neighbors pointed out the oil marks to us that you can still see like a trail on the roadway.
The RHOC star said, breaking her silence on the plea agreement. I've come a long way since that awful mistake I made that evening, and I now know that it's never safe to drive after drinking. Her attorney continued, Shannon had made full restitution to the homeowner in this matter, who did not desire prosecution. On September 16,
God has a plan.
God has a plan. Let me just say.
For right now, I think it's in my best interest to not jump into anything.
Beador made news when she was arrested by police for driving under the influence. She allegedly clipped the house on Saturday night when she drove her car onto a residential property in Newport Beach around 1 in the morning PT. After that, she reversed course and parked her car in the middle of the road, got out, and pretended to be a streetwalker for her dog.
And I was shocked because I've never known Shannon to ever drink and drive.
I know it's been a while since I posted, and there's been a lot of talk about everything that's happened recently.
But the native of California couldn't fool the authorities, who saw right away that she appeared wasted. As part of the investigation, her car was seized and she was taken. Following a citation, the mother of 3 was freed without posting bond. Her attorney promised in a statement at the time of her arrest that she would fully cooperate and accept responsibility for her acts. Shannon and I chatted for a long while yesterday. She is deeply regretful and apologizes. Shannon is willing to take full responsibility for her conduct, and we will be monitoring this issue for official updates as they became available. A further source clarified the situation by stating that Beador left her phone on the table after a night out and was unable to contact an Uber as a result.
I don't think Shannon is an alcoholic. I think.
And we looked out the window and there was a car driving away after running into the house.
You cried some real tears.
Yeah, I did for quite some time, and fortunately,
She wasn't able to call an Uber without her phone and decided to drive back to the place, resulting in the accident, an insider told ET Online. Shannon is inconsolable and aware of her grave error. She has never driven after drinking and has always opposed it. She promises her buddies that she won't make the same mistake twice. Her close friend Jeff Lewis made a similar claim, declaring on Sirius XM's Jeff Lewis Live,
But I knew that you were suffering. I knew that you weren't completely happy. She was also in a car accident.
Oh, gosh.
She was injured, so she's going to be recovering.
that he was shocked by the news. The radio host said he had never known Shannon to ever drink and drive. That is something that both of us have already talked about. Star is focused on getting healthy. Beador has made very few comments regarding her DUI case. Nevertheless, she has returned to social media 1 month following her arrest in order to provide followers with an update regarding her health.
She said she was staying in, but she ended up going out. Unfortunately, she got a DUI on Saturday night.
Well, take a look. You can see some of the damage left behind when this car came barreling into this apartment, and just take a look at how close it is.
The 59-year-old woman bared her heart in a brief clip that she posted on social media as she was out walking her dog. She said, I realize it's been a long time since I posted, and there's been a lot of buzz about what occurred recently. But I'm afraid that I really can't offer any commentary right now due to circumstances beyond my control.
for having me come out and forcing me to go out last night, because I really had a good time, and I don't know how I would have handled it.
Witness video shows a car with its front bumper hanging on.
So I'm happy about that. Nobody, aside from Shannon, nobody was hurt in the accident.
But there will come a time when I can, and when that time comes, I plan to be forthright, honest, and genuine. She let her fans know that she was going to be concentrating on getting healthy, getting back to myself, and walking Archie. In the video, the Bravo star seemed to be in a very good mood. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.